Hi, my name is Penny, and I'm here to tell you about a few diets that I've tried. I've never really went on anything like the Mediterranean diet I'm just not a person that can follow a diet plan. That's why I'm an independent contractor. I kind of like to do my own thing. But once when I was 18 years old, and I was actually pretty thin, but you know how 18, 19-year-olds are, I went on a hypnotic suggestion diet. That's where you pay $20, at least back in the early 80s, and with a group of people, and they gave you hypnotic suggestions, and it wasn't really a diet plan as much as it was a few little sets of rules to go by, such as you ate 3 meals a day, you had 2 snacks a day, you didn't eat until everything was in front of you, because if you did eat something and then something else wasn't, that would be considered another meal. You didn't eat past 6 o'clock. You didn't eat standing up because it's very easy to have a bunch of little mini meals. I was so successful in that I got too thin and had to get off that diet. I really didn't need to diet too much in my younger years before having children. I was actually in pretty good shape. After having children, I had difficulties reducing weight. After I had left my ex-husband, I was doing a lot more walking, and instead of putting myself on a diet, I simply chose to stop eating chips and all the starches I was eating. I still had breads, but I've cut out on the potatoes and the chips and all that other stuff, and simply making that change, and plus all the extra walking I was doing, I had reduced weight and got back down to the weight that I was before having children. And then I later thought, wow, I'm doing good, and just went off the diet. When I gained 5 pounds, I didn't worry about it, didn't watch my eating, went back to eating bad, and then ballooned up to 200. Then when my late husband and I, after we had did a short sale on our house and we were staying with my mom for a little while, we had a contest going between my daughter, myself, my mother, and my late husband. And my little competitive side came out. Once again, didn't pick a particular diet to go on, but I did monitor my food intake, started eating healthier. I would actually snap a picture of my food, everything I ate. And if I went to a restaurant, if there was a buffet, I'd snap a picture of the buffet, snap a picture of what was on my plate. And then at the end of the day, I would write down everything I ate. And because I got tired of writing everything down, I started actually eating less. And I was the one winning the contest. And I was walking a lot more. I was doing really good. And I felt great. I mean, because before I went on this diet, I was always achy, sickly, and I felt great, had a lot more energy, and I loved it. And we were weighing ourselves, and then all of a sudden I went on a plateau, and then I started gaining weight. And rather than think that maybe I'm gaining weight because I'm walking and gaining muscle, I got discouraged and I quit. And a couple months later, I remember telling my husband, I says, I wish I hadn't quit because I felt so good at that time. But then I ran into some trauma along my life and just started eating unhealthy again. And now I get going back to healthy eating. But the thing that helped with my successes on my diets was, instead of thinking of myself on a diet, I thought of myself as making healthy choices. That way I didn't feel like I was on a diet. I felt like I was making healthy choices. The things that caused my failures on a diet wasn't really so much even cravings, just like I got discouraged because I wasn't, I went on a plateau and wasn't reducing any more weight. Then I started gaining weight, which is probably muscle. So I've decided this time around, instead of focusing so much on my weight, I'm going to focus more on my measurements. And I'm just going to measure myself and see how many inches I'm losing. Because, as I begin to get healthier, I'm probably going to start doing some of the stuff I did when I was 25. I'm putting together a plan right now, not to just do some walking, but maybe add in some yoga, but maybe add in a little bit of the maybe lifting weights again, but not a lot. I just want to tone up. And so I'm not going to focus so much on how much I weigh, as much as I'll be focusing on the inches. And I'm going to continue with the um, making healthy choices mindset, because that was always what my success was based on, not a diet which made me feel like I was losing out on something, but making healthy choices and getting excited about the new adventures in eating. I have a very adventurous palate, so I use that to my advantage. So, thank you for listening.